Alright, everyone. We're going to keep the fun and games moving along with Jeopardy for the Nintendo Wii. Let's see how we do here.
Welcome to Jeopardy, everyone.
This is Jeopardy! Introducing today's contestants. Player 1, Player 2, Player 3, and now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thanks, Johnny. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to work in the Jeopardy round. And we start the Jeopardy round categories with this one. You picked a fine time. Literature. Olive oil. Body basics. TV MDs. And South Korea. Where do we begin, Player 1? This colored part of the eye shares its name with a type of flower. Yes, Player 1. Use the Wii remote or press the corresponding direction. Yes. Player 1. Pink, red, or purplish, a port wine stain is a large one of these, usually on the face or neck. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yes. Choose again, Player 1. Also called leukocytes, these blood cells defend the body against infection. Player 1. You are correct. Please pick again. The dura major is the outermost protective layer that covers the spinal cord and this organ. It's Player 1. That's correct. You again, Player 1. Unfortunately, high cholesterol can lead to atherosclerosis, in which these blood vessels become clogged. Yes, Player 1. Good. You get to pick again, Player 1. His ship was wrecked off an island near South America. He remained alone on the island for 28 years. Player 1. Correct. Player 1. The Lilliputians called this Jonathan Swift character Quinbus Flestrin, which means Great Man Mountain. Okay, Player 1. Right you are. We return to you. In a Nathaniel Hawthorne tale, Thomas Mall built a house in Salem with 7 of these. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yeah. Right. Player 1. Tom Sawyer told this girl, "I don't care for anybody but you," then gave her a brass knob from an andiron. It's Player 1. Yes. Select again. The Ministry of Truth is Oceania's propaganda department in this Orwell classic. Yes, Player 1. Correct. Player 1, back to you for our most U.S.-produced olive oil comes from this state, so watch out, you dancing raisins. Okay, Player 1. Wow. Please pick again. It's pure and delicious. The oil that's the cold-pressed result of the first pressing of olives is extra this. Player 1. That is correct. We return to here's a pH test. All olive oils are graded in accordance with the degree of this they contain. Lower is better. Let's hear it, player one. Good. Player one, It's the Daily Double. And you have the lead. Please, the blue. This Greek dish of lamb marinated in olive oil and spices, grilled and skewered, gets its name from the Greek for skewer. You have maintained your lead. Here you go. Select again. This LA Area Institute's famed olive walk is harvested for olive oil named for the school. It's player one. That's it. Player one, back to you. With more than 10 million people, it's the largest city in South Korea. Yes, player one. That is correct. You again, player one. The 12th century book, Samguk Sagi, recounts the time when this religion came to Korea from India. Let's hear it, player one. Good for you. You get to pick again. At the 2008 Summer Olympics, South Korea's Cha Dong-min won the heavyweight gold medal in this national sport. Player one. That's right. Way to go. Player one. This medicinal herb of the genus Panax is native to Korea. It's player one. You got it. Choose again, player one. MacArthur thought the battle for this port would end the Korean War. Didn't work out that way. Okay, player one. Good. Player one. But J.D., Turk, and Dr. Cox have practiced on this series. Player one. That's not it. Any other takers? Here's the correct response. Scrubs. Select again. Maria Bello and Sherry Stringfield are among the many who doctored up this long-running NBC show. Let's hear it, player one. Hey, you're right. You get to pick again. Doctors Lisa Cuddy and Allison Cameron have roamed Princeton Plainsboro Hospital with this acerbic title dog. Okay, player one. That's correct. Player one. Dr. Kavanaugh, the first name would give things away, was a Boston ME with a checkered past on this drama. It's player one. Yep. You again, player one. We dig forensic anthropologist Dr. Temperance Brennan on this Fox drama. Yes, player one. Right you are. Player one. Deion Sanders knows this term for the evening hours when the largest audience is available for TV. It's player one. You got it. Choose again, player one. Estimated at around 30 years, it's accepted as the average period between birth of parents and their offspring. Player one. That's correct. Please pick again, player one. The time just before sunset or after sunrise on a movie set, or a former LA Lakers late night talk show. Let's hear it, player one. That's right. We returned. We had pleasant sensations learning about the era of this, which covered President Monroe's 2 terms. Yes, player 1. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Okay, player 3. No. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Let's hear it. Player 2. Good for you. And here's the $1,000 clue. This longest division of geologic time doesn't have a fixed period. In astronomy, it's 1 billion years. It's player 1. That is correct. Player 3 is going first in the double Jeopardy round, which starts after this. Let's see what happens in double Jeopardy with these categories awaiting the players. American history. Pop on a CD. The elements. Tea time. World capitals. And books of the month. Let's get back into this now. You have control of the board. When the British approached, the Concord militia didn't know about the skirmish at this place earlier that day. Yes, player 1. No. Any other takers? Okay, player 3. Correct. Player 3. Pick again. World War I sales of Liberty These, whose posters showed the statue, raised more than $15 billion. Player 1. That's right. Way to go. Choose again, player 1. You didn't want to make the mistake of following the south instead of the north flat on this pioneer trail. Okay, player 1. Good. Player 1. Pick again. The U.S. supplied materiel to its allies during World War II through this 1941 Congressional Act. It's player 1. Oh. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? We're talking about Lend-Lease. You get to pick again, player 1. And I'll hand it off to Kelly.
This World War II general's private carriage is on display at Wisconsin's National Railroad Museum.
Player 1. Oh, sorry. Anyone else? Here we were looking for Dwight Eisenhower. Player 1, back to you. By James Patterson and Maxine Petro. 4th of blank. Yes, player 1. Yes. We return to you by the New York Times. 4 days in blank. The original coverage of the John F. Kennedy assassination. Let's hear it, player 1. Nope. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes, player 2. That is correct. Select again. By Barbara Tuchman. The Guns of Blank. It's player 1. Sorry. Any other takers? Here's the response we were looking for. August. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. From Anais Nin's Diaries, Henry and Blank. Okay, player 1. Correct. Please pick again, player 1. By Homer Hickam, Rocket Boys, also published as Blank Sky. Player 1. That's it. Player 1, you pick again, please. Because sound travels 2.7 times faster in this gas than in air, inhaling it makes your voice higher. Let's hear it, player 1. Yes. You again, player 1. Neon, argon, and radon are among these gases formerly called rare or inert. Player 1. Good. Please pick again, player 1. Answer. The first of the daily doubles. You are in the lead right now. What are you going to wait? And blue. Superman knows its atomic number is 36. That puts you even further ahead. We return to you, player 1. This very hard metal is named for the children of Uranus and Gaia. Okay, player 1. Choose again, player 1. Harold Crotto and others found this common element had a new molecular form, the fullerene. It's player 1. Anyone else care to try to come up with the correct response? The correct response is carbon. Layer 1, you pick again, please. Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. Peachtree Road. Yes, player 1. Right. You again, player 1. Dirty Mind, Controversy, The Love Symbol Album. Let's hear it, player 1. Yep. Player 1. Rhythm Nation 1814, The Velvet Rope. It's player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the correct response. Janet Jackson. Layer 1, back to you. Thankful. Breakaway. Layer 1. Right. Select again. The Writings on the Wall. Survivor. Okay, layer 1. You are correct. Layer 1, back to it's the T in ATM. Or physicist Edward. Let's hear it, player 1. Hey, you're right. You get to pick again, player 1. It can mean to veer or to go sour as applied to milk. Yes, player 1. It's player 2. Yes. Player 2. You pick again, please. Another name for a billy club or a policeman's baton. Let's hear it, player 1. Good. Player 1. It's a sustained pull applied mechanically to correct fractured or dislocated bones. Player 1. No, that's not right. Anyone else care to try to come up with the correct response? Here's what we were looking for. Traction. You again, player 1. In some religious beliefs, it's the process of transference of a soul into another body at death. Okay, player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the response we were looking for. Transmigration. You get to pick again. Budapest is the capital of Hungary. This is the capital of Romania. Yes, player 1. Yep. We return to you, player 1. The capital of India is not pronounced Calcutta or Calicut, but this way. Let's hear it, player 1. Right. Select again. Yeah, sir. The second daily double. You are currently in the lead. How much? Here's your clue. This world capital is on the island of Java. Congratulations, you're still in first, player 1. Please pick again. Laid out in 1874, the botanical gardens in this capital have an observatory with a statue of Tycho Brahe. Player 1. Good. And the $2,000 clue? This city on the Malay Peninsula is the capital of Malaysia. It's player 1. Hey, you're right. Sorry, player 3. Looks like you will not be continuing on to Final Jeopardy. Now, Final Jeopardy coming right up right now with this category. Broadway. So, what's your wager? Each direction on the bus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. Let's take a look at the last clue. The original 1994 Broadway cast of this musical, based on a film, featured Alan Oppenheimer as Cecil B. DeMille. Did you come up with the correct response? And this correct response will add how much to your score? Let's see your response. And that correct response will add...
And I'll see you all for the next segment.
Congratulations, player 1. You are our new champion. Thanks for playing, everybody. See you next time.